All right, welcome on back everybody to another video. Today we're going to be doing a quick sponsored product review of the Dreo Arctic One HVAC window unit. I'm just going to do a quick unboxing, installation, go over all the product's features and functions, and then a quick wrap up. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so let's go ahead and get to unboxing. Get those out of the way. Alright, so we have your basic instructions. And then just go ahead and lift straight up. Your Energy Star rating. All right. Inside we have the insulation top strip and the basic hardware for mounting, and then the unit itself. So we're going to go ahead and move rooms here, and we'll go ahead and do a quick installation guide. Alright, so for the first step in the installation process, we're going to apply this foam seal to the underside of the window here. So you're going to set it in right in here. Just like that, and then you're going to trim off whatever excess there is. So that's the foam portion of that. All right, so for next steps, we're going to go ahead and set the unit in place. I do recommend 2 people for this. It is a 2-person job when you do it. Fortunately, I don't have 2 people, so I'm just going to set it in place myself. Alright, that looks about even. So once you have the unit in place, there are 2 flaps on the side. So you just pull these out. until they snap in place there. And these, just pull, you can snap them into the corresponding bracket. Alright, so for the next portion of the video here, you're going to take these little foam panels that have an adhesive backing on them. You're going to measure the gap here and trim this accordingly. And then just set it right in there to fill up any gaps that you have. And then of course do that exactly the same on the other side here. Now I'm just doing this for review, so I'm not actually installing the unit itself. So I don't want to cut and trim everything out, but I will walk you through each step. Next you get this little bracket, 2 screws. That goes up there. You just pop each screw in. And that will secure your door, or your window rather, so it doesn't have any give in it. Next, you're going to take this non-adhesive foam, and you're going to apply that to the top. That way that there's no air gap coming in from the top at all. Now, once you're done with that, you'll notice that you have a few extra screws. Those are to secure here, 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 top and bottom. So there's a couple eye holes you just put in there, one in there, one over in here, and one up in here. Now once you have the foam in, you have your bracket in, you have the top seal in, all you have to do at this point is fill in the gaps in. So that it does come with plastine, which is kind of like a putty that dries into a complete sealant, and you just apply that to the remaining gaps. So that is going to take care of the installation portion of the video. We'll go ahead and move on to testing. So for the final portion of the video here, we're just going to go over some basic features and functions. So the remote comes with 2 AAA batteries. Just plug those in. Everything's already paired. Now, before you get started, on the cord here, there's actually a built-in breaker, so you want to make sure you click that so everything will work when you plug it in. And then we'll go ahead and power on. And then once we have it powered on, the base controls are really intuitive. You have minus, plus here for your temperature. You have your fan speed control. So you have low, medium, high, and then auto. You have your timer functions and sleep functions. And then you have your actual display. So you can turn your display on and off there. Now you have basic fan controls. You have auto to sense the ambient air and adjust the fan accordingly. You have cooling mode, and you have dry mode. So if there's a lot of humidity in the air, that'll automatically condense for you. And those are the basic features and functions. So we'll be back in just a minute with some final thoughts and a wrap up. All right, so we're back with some final thoughts to wrap up the video. I just want to go over some pros and cons really quickly here. So starting out with the pros, the cooling. There's a fine-tuned cross-flow airflow system in the unit that allows it to cool up to 206 cubic feet per minute of air volume. So it gets cooled really quickly. Energy efficiency. Has an advanced inverter compressor in the Arctic One that achieves lower energy consumption and over 35% on energy savings per year. The Arctic One's 15.0 SEER rating not only meets the Energy Star requirements, but actually exceeds them. And then silent usage. There's built-in noise canceling structures that reduce operating sounds. And the inverter compressor keeps the noise level as low as 42 decibels. So it's very quiet. And then ease of installation. There's only 3 major steps. So those are the pros. I think the only con I can really think of is in the installation. Now, there are only 3 major steps, but there's a few minor steps in there as well. So I went into the whole installation process with the expectation of I only had to do 3 things really quickly and I'd be done. But there's, from my count, about 7 in total. Most of them minor steps. Putting on some insulation stripping, extra sealant if things don't align quite right for you, the basic bolting and screwing everything in, bracketing and all of that. Comes up to a couple extra steps, not hard ones, nothing major, but just because I went in with the higher expectation of only a couple things and I had to do a few extra, I would take a point off for that, put that as a con. Overall, my score for this unit would be a 9 out of 10, only dinging off 1 point for the installation steps. So that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you guys found it informative, and I just want to thank you all for the support. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.